Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and dive in and see what Divine Holy Spirit has for the collective. The cards are all upright and in order by way of major arcana and through each element. I hope y'all are doing well. Divine Holy Spirit of the highest light consciousness, what do you have for the collective? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of right now? Please and thank you. Do we have to start out like that, y'all? Oh my God. All right, so I heard contemplating S word. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective that they need to know and be made aware of? I heard it's too hard. Times are too tough and it's too hard. So I'm being shown that 1-800 suicide prevention phone number. I don't know the number per se, but as some sort of like disclaimer or offer of assistance of it's okay, you know, just reach out to somebody. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention that. And I'll definitely put it in the description or the comments, the actual phone number for suicide prevention. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective that they need to know and be made aware of? Okay, the second time I heard it, but I heard trespass before the commit S word. So trespass has come up again. Y'all, there is a hawk. It looks like a hawk circling. I just caught my eye out the window. I'm looking. And it circled just now. Which I'm told are just spirit messages or messengers. All right, what else, Spirit? What else do you have? Say, I bind you right now in the name of Jesus. No weapon formed against me or the collective shall prosper. Yeah, suicide prevention, you guys. That's what I'm hearing. All right, y'all. We're going to get some cards out here and see. Because it's a heaviness that's coming over me. Or the energy over the reading, I should say. I don't want to share any part of this emotion, if I can be honest. I don't want to pick up the feelings of, you know. So you heard me say, Satan, I bind you in the name of Jesus, and no weapon formed against me or the collective shall prosper. I do not want to feel that feeling. And if it is being sent to anyone in the collective, y'all send that right back where it came from. If someone's projecting on you that that's the energy they want you to be in, send it right back, because that is not yours. Especially if you don't know where it's coming from, like it just came out of nowhere. Yeah, that's not yours. Somebody's sending that to you. So just rebuke it in Jesus' name. All right, y'all, we got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Y'all, what's crazy, my excuse me, I had like this cough attack right before the video, which I haven't had those in a while. So I said I'm gonna give myself a chance to clear my throat and, you know, the phlegm that comes along with that, and I just wanted to get it out my system before I started recording. But I was already thinking, okay, somebody definitely, I didn't even know what was coming, of course, in the message. So I'm like, okay, so this is some sort of counter reactive or counterproductive energy here. So because I had already put out that I'm getting ready to do a collective message reading, so I know I've shared some things already that could be helpful for someone. Just send that energy back. Spirit, tell me more about this, excuse me, Knight of Wands. So if I clear my throat, y'all, I tried to do everything to try to get this out of the way before the recording, but y'all excuse me in advance. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands, Spirit. I heard casualty of war. So this Knight of Wands got caught up in some sort of situation, scenario. It wasn't collateral damage, because I'm being specifically told it wasn't that. Collateral damage means that you were an innocent party. That's not that. This Knight of Wands totally knows that they got, you know, themselves into whatever circumstances that this situation, or the downfall. I'm hearing the downplay of. So something played out to where they possibly put characters in place, or just set up a situation, a scenario to where it did not benefit for them. But now the downfall energy is that they're part of this. Like they have to go down with whatever this is that they possibly set up that was supposed to benefit them. But now they get to go down with it. So that was, excuse me, the energy of that. Maybe they're looking for an alternate way out of this, whatever this is. I'm hearing raining down. So raining down is something that you can't control. You cannot control the weather, the rain, and the fact that it's raining, because I'm hearing pouring now. Like it's not yet pouring. It's just raining right now. But the pour is to come. I'm hearing drenched is the energy. Like they're supposed to get drenched in this. And maybe that's why they know and they have an expectation in mind of what's to come. And again, they just want to find, you know, some sort of alternate way out of this. Let's see what's here. Let's see what's below this Knight of Wands. That's the underlying energy for what we're getting into. And not to mention, they are on a horse. So they are looking to escape something or get away. I'm hearing a carrier. So perhaps they were responsible, because I'm hearing mule now. So those are terms to where you're responsible for moving weight, moving things around, distributing. So okay. So now I'm hearing the reference that they're going to do a lot of time. Yikes, y'all, yikes. All right, Spirit, tell me, thank you for that. Tell me more about this 5 of Swords here, 6 of Cups, and then the King of Swords reverse. So yeah, they stabbed a King of Swords in the back here, is what I'm getting. They thought that they could defeat this King of Swords, but this King of Swords is in the reverse now, like, or it's pending. I'm hearing pending. So this King of Swords has found out, obviously, they're basically almost in the reverse. So they know what's going on. So that's giving me that disgruntled energy coming from the King of Swords. They know what just happened. But they were betrayed by someone they trusted, their own brother, I'm hearing, with the 6 of Cups energy. Someone possibly they would have called a brother. But with the 5 of Swords, it's telling me this person's been eyeing or envying or been jealous of this King of Swords all along. But they had just been waiting for their moment, their opportunity with the 5 of Swords here to take down this King of Swords. Let's see what's underneath this energy. We turn these cards over. We have the 8 of Wands. Possibly they could have worked together. Co-workers, or maybe worked on a project, or maybe this Knight of Wands worked for the King of Swords. Whatever it was, they were focused on what, you know, on this position, whatever it was that they were hired to do or communicated to do. I don't want to look at it as like as they were hired for something, but you know, it was one of those things that they were like brothers. So I don't think you hire your brother. You just kind of just trust that they're going to do the best thing possible to place you and themselves in the best position. Like you don't question that they're going to try to do something underhanded, but that 5 of Swords means this King of Swords slept on this Knight of Wands. Behind the 8 of Pentacles, let's see what's here. We have the 10 of Cups. This is giving me more like trust, family vibes here that went down the drain, because it was never about that. It was all about taking this person's happiness from them, because the King of Swords had it going on. They had a King of Swords is a dictator. They're a planner. They got crew. They got a mission. They already are 10 steps ahead of everyone else. And they have the plan in action in place. But it's like this Knight of Wands came along and, you know, with the envy energy, possibly watching this King of Swords rise to fame, quote unquote. But the King of Wands felt left behind, or like, you know what? I deserve to be in that position more than they do because XYZ, you know, this King of Wands has some sort of issues in regards to that envy energy I was picking up. Why were they envious? Well, let's start there. It was rooted back to this Six of Cups energy. Something from childhood. Something from when it was back in the day energy. Not necessarily childhood, but just back in the day, something, I'm hearing confrontation, something that happened between these two that was never really settled, or either, you know, they thought they were good, but, you know, this Five of Swords tells me that this Knight of Wands had other plans, unbeknownst to this King of Swords all the time, all this time, all the while. That's that Ten of Cups reverse energy. They thought it was going to be happily ever after, a good move, that, yeah, this is family. They support me. We trust each other. We're blood brothers. You know, even if it was just, you know, not by actual blood, they referenced each other as family. I see the Seven of Cups reversed. I'm saying this person had no idea. They had no clue. So obviously that means that King of Swords didn't see this one coming. I'm hearing by a long shot, like they never saw this coming. And that Seven of Cups, of course, could be tied to some sort of mental illness. Perhaps this King of Wands the Knight of Wands, I said king. I feel like they wanted to be the king. But the Knight of Wands possibly took a turn for the worse somewhere down the line. And possibly this King of Swords still regarded this person as trustworthy, still regarded them as a loved one, a family member, somebody who would never try to defile them or, you know, try to like do them or take them under. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, so the Knight of Wands was an informant. When take them under, and then that Five of Swords, they were always planning something here. This Knight of Wands was an informant. Because with that Seven of Cups, it's letting me know, like, how could this person do this? This is confusion, but it's confusion in the worst way. So it's like they're both, the King of Swords is really like, how could this person do this to me? But then they don't know that this Knight of Wands struggled with mental illness. Or maybe that, you know, the mental illness that they witnessed was geared toward other people. So maybe the King of Swords never thought that it was going to fall back on them. Only to find out that this person's been an informant the entire time. So we were talking about them being a mule, carrying weight, you know, distribution energy. They were an informant while they were, quote unquote, working for this King of Swords, who was also like a brother to them. And it could actually be family, but even if they were cousins or something, because I'm getting that, they were really like brothers. We got the Five of Pentacles here behind the Seven of Cups. But I said that this was the energy of this person was always watching this King of Swords. Always had their eye on their pocket. You know, this is tied to Pentacles, obviously. But it's also about control and rulership and just the energy that this King of Swords was bringing in. This Knight of Wands wanted that same energy to come to them. But they were never deserving of it. Or, you know, it was just one of those things to where they could never be in a position like that because they were loopy. They were, you know, they were shaky. Like it was one of those things like you can't really trust them to be in some sort of leadership position, as this King of Swords was able to hold down that same sort of position. This King of Wands, this Knight of Wands could never. I keep calling them a king. But that's where that envy energy is coming from. They wanted to be king. I'm hearing somebody's name could be King. Like, I'm hearing that. They could be called, that could be their nickname, their code name, street name, whatever. Could be King. That's crazy, y'all. That's never stood out like that, but there you go. There you have it. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I heard it just got real. It just got real to someone. Like a viewer. I don't know if I'm supposed to apologize or I don't know. As the reader, like, you're here, I'm here, so here we are. Okay. I have the judgment card here, but we were already in that energy that judgment has been called on this entire situation. So there's no denying that. Let's jump over here to this energy. There's the King of Wands, y'all. Here we go. So let's talk about what this Knight of Wands pretending or the envy energy, them seeing themselves when they look in the mirror as being a king or being king. If we're talking about the King of Swords, if their name is king, the Knight of Wands looked in the mirror and said, no, I'm king. Like they wanted to become this person. King could be kingpin reference. Like, y'all, if we're going to go there, we may as well. Like, it matches. The energy is here. So this Knight of Wands, we're about to get into how they saw themselves as king and what all that entailed. Every time they looked in the mirror as the Knight of Wands, this is what they envisioned, or this is what they thought it was going to be, but it turned out to not be that. Because even though they were an informant, they're about to go down with the whole operation. Even though they signed up to be an informant. Like, where they do that at? This person got caught up with the greed, the riches, the fame. I'm hearing notoriety. So they were getting attention, what I guess would be from law enforcement, some sort of attention they were getting that was just kind of fluffing them up. But it was only for their own downfall. This has come up before in my reading, maybe 6 months ago. I talked about this because the person in that reading had a drug habit. So they were being supplied as an informant. Like that was their pay. It's a dirty game, y'all. It's a dirty game. I wouldn't know nothing about it. So thank God for that. But again, and no, I'm not even going to harp on that. That was a channel energy from the beginning. I don't need to repeat any of that. But they are looking for a way out. Because I specifically just heard 25 to life. I don't even talk jail talk like that. But that's what I heard just now. So possibly they are facing that sentence. Somebody, I'm seeing the Knight of Wands, but I didn't do it. That's what I'm seeing. Sweat, eyes bulging. They're being like almost cornered. Well, they're in some sort of secured environment. If it's like a little room off to the side in some sort of government facility or whatever, they're like, I didn't do it. I don't know what the I didn't do it implies to. That could be anything. That could be a body turned up and they're saying they didn't do it. They got caught up in something here, but this has way more to do with them just getting busted with drugs, y'all. They got tied into a whole scenario here. Like their job was just to handle the mule energy, but there's something that happened along the way that I guess the informants, it was more than what they even signed up for. They thought this was going to be like a drug bust, but this is much more than that because now they have to go down with this whole operation. Like I'm hearing null and void, like whatever agreement, excuse me, that this Knight of Wands had with, being an informant, all of that's down the drain. Null and void. All right, y'all, let's get to this King of Wands. And I feel like this was their ideal perception of who they thought they were going to be or who they wanted to be once they became king. Once this Knight of Wands became king, here we go. All right, y'all, the throat stuff is going on again. Okay, King of Wands. All of these cards are pretty much on their side, but that King of Wands is tipping. They're tipping in the reverse. But let's see. King of Wands. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is everything they wanted to be right here. We have the Page of Cups, meaning they didn't owe anybody any sort of explanation for who they were. That was number one. This is like, once I become king, everybody can kiss my natural whatever ass. That's what that is. They didn't owe nobody nothing. That was the whole point of if I could just be king. So that means they already had issues here, to where they felt like they were put in a position to actually be cornered, to have to address something or validate something or acknowledge something that they were refusing to do. But they said, if I can become king, like, F everybody. I don't owe nobody. That's what I'm hearing. All right, behind the Page of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles. So, of course, it was all about the reign, supreme control, but money would have had to have been the header of that, because that's all they would have had to offer at this point. They don't have anything else. They don't have a personality. They don't have friends. They don't have trust. They don't have integrity. They could have money, though, and that would cancel out all of that for them, because that's that Page of Cups saying, F everybody. I don't owe nobody no explanation for nothing. Look at the money I have. Look at what I'm able to do now. That's what I'm getting. This is them looking in the mirror as the Knight of Wands. If I could only be king. Wow. Ooh, that's a song, isn't it? All right, y'all. Is that Lion King? I don't know. Anyway. I'm not a Disney person like that, but it's like somebody saying, you should know that's Lion King. Like, duh. Like, no, yeah. Anyway, thanks for your support, though. Okay, behind the King of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords, but, this is them wanting to kind of reinvent the wheel, change the game. But I'm like, snitches, do snitches still get stitches? Is that still the thing? Because this person is thinking that, I can make it even though I'm going the informant route. I can still be king. Like, I made it. I did it. That's the ace. That's what this Ace of Swords is giving me right now. That they did it their way and that it would have worked for them. Because I told you, they're just still looking in the mirror saying, if I can be king. So that's their idea of, I can be an informant and I can still make it to this situation of being a King of Wands, a King of Pentacles. Like, I can be anybody I want to be. Behind the Ace of Swords, we have the Four of Pentacles. But I feel like what they were also feeling is that, like, I'm hearing the CIA specifically would always have their foot on their neck. That was the other thing that they had to consider here, that they would not always be in full control here, is what I'm seeing with the Four of Pentacles on the side. Somebody will always be in control of them. But that's just by way of, well, like the blackmail energy. Like, if they ever stepped out of line or didn't do what one of the agents said to do, they couldn't say F you. They would have to do it. Because that's also controlling, their cash flow, their money, or how they get paid, however that is. I don't know how that works. I'm not ever been in that position. And would I ever be? No. Y'all could kick rocks. Like, y'all get paid to be CIA agents, we'll do that. Y'all don't need me. Y'all the ones getting the check, the salary for it. Y'all do it. That would be me and my smart ass mouth. So this person knows that they would not have been in full control of their life, their lifestyle. I'm hearing something about witness protection even. Like, they wouldn't have been free. They wouldn't have been able to roam free and live. Like, people would have questioned. But that's what people do with the King of Pentacles. Like, how do you make your money? Like, how are you able to afford that? Like, what do you do again? They would have known that they would have been subjected to this sort of energy, like, for the rest of their lives. But the thing is, they were still willing to do it. We got the Moon card here, like people just not ever knowing, like they just never wanted people to know that they were an informant, and that's what it was. Like, don't worry about me, worry about yourself. They would have always been under scrutiny that this would have come out, period. They don't have to worry about that no more because it's already out. People know that this person's an informant now. But they were questioning, like, if I do make it as king and I'm able to live this lifestyle, what's going to come with that? And I hope my secret never gets out. But they never made it here, y'all. We got the 10 of Pentacles here. Oh, there's a card behind there. And, you know, it's in the reverse, kind of on the side, but it's leaning more in the reverse for me. So, but I'll just feel the energy out behind the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, I was running out of breath there. We have the Chariot reverse. So they couldn't have had freedom here. They couldn't have gone places and lived like a lifestyle to where they weren't looking over their shoulder, or they would have been in a position to move about. But you know what comes with that? Like, would they have really been able to enjoy the wealth that would have come from being in, you know, this assumed position that they were sitting here trying to manifest, and that they signed up for something, but it didn't work out. But, you know, this was them thinking, you know, I could be king, but king of what? You know, it's not like they could just be king and people celebrate them. And it wasn't that sort of thing. It was like they could have the money, but what good is the money if you can't enjoy it, sort of situation. But they never got that far. I just heard contemplating. This was always a thought in their mind. If they were working towards it, no doubt. They signed up for it, but something else transpired to where they got caught in some sort of deal that's taking them down with a potential of 25 to life here. All right, y'all. I don't feel we need any clarifiers, but yeah, let's go ahead. I just heard over a B, a B-I-T-C-H. All of this over a B. Okay, I heard I could just say it because that's a sentiment. That's a sentiment here. All over a bitch. That's what I heard. Let's cut the cards. I'm seeing where's she at? Like people putting like their hands up, like they're looking for something over their eyebrow. Like, where's she at? So she must be missing, y'all. She's missing in action. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Well, the missing just took on a whole new life. Because possibly I did mention, you know, something about a body being found. I don't mean to laugh, y'all. I'm not laughing. Something about a body being found. So that whole, I was being shown where she at. People are looking for her. Over a bitch, they're looking for her. Okay, here we go. We got Journey at the bottom of the deck, but yes, it's a whole new world right now. They didn't see this one coming. Or perhaps just the Knight of Wands with that Seven of Cups reversed, just that mental illness. Maybe they snapped and thought, do away with the body, they're good, and then became the informant job. You know, because they were looking for protection and coverage because of that, their guilty conscience or whatever that is. I don't know. This is giving me that sociopath energy to like, why would you walk directly into something? But if they're in the Seven of Cups and they're on a whole nother level with it. Like, you and I would never be able to rationalize their decision making and why. That's just who they are. And that's that energy of, you know, them being deranged or whatever that is. We'll just say that. But I do have the Child card in reverse here, so I don't even want to say that. I don't want to say that. Y'all put 2 and 2 together. Got the Message card here. But that fell out on top of the Judgment. Y'all. So this person signed up for an informant to protect them from whatever happened to this child. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. All right. Occupation here. So yeah, this was them wanting to become king, and then the actions behind that, what it was that they were to do and how they were going to just make this their lifestyle. This was going to be their main thing, right? Because nothing else worked out. So this was going to be it. If I could just be king, because they couldn't keep a job, you know, they're all over the place with everything, whatever job they were working, they got bad reviews, or just people know not to F with this person. So they probably were blackballed, blacklisted. If they had some sort of career, They can't do that no more. So by them becoming king, just them so dead set on, if I could just be in this king energy, I wouldn't have to worry about another job, because I would then be this local, I'm hearing local celebrity informant. So it's almost as if they would be doing deals with law enforcement, but it's like they were able to move around. That's what I'm getting right now. They would be able to go to this camp, get information, send it back, go over here to this side of the city, get information, send it back. But they would be like a celebrity informant when it comes to how they move about in these networks, these camps. This could be mafia energy. It could be that, because I'm getting locations around the city or even other cities. But they wanted to be like this celebrity. This is some sort. Maybe that's what the King of Swords was doing, because, you know, they started out as a mule energy, this Knight of Wands. All right, y'all, that's it for me. That's it for me. That's where I get off. So I hope this helps.